Welcome back to Real Deep Understanding. Today, we're uncovering one of the most influential financial books of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this episode, we'll explore the timeless lessons that show how the rich think differently about money and why most people stay trapped in the cycle of working for a paycheck. Whether you're familiar with the book or hearing about it for the first time, stay tuned to learn how these powerful concepts can shift your financial mindset and lead to wealth-building opportunities. Chapter 1. The Rich Don't Work for Money. In the first chapter of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki introduces one of the most pivotal lessons that sets the foundation for the entire book. The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. This principle becomes the cornerstone of Kiyosaki's financial philosophy and contrasts the mindset between the rich and the poor or middle class. Kiyosaki begins by sharing the financial advice given by his poor dad, his biological father, and his rich dad, the father of his best friend. His poor dad, a highly educated man, believed in traditional values, working hard, getting a stable job, earning a good salary, and saving money. However, despite his good intentions, poor dad's approach kept him struggling financially throughout his life. He followed the conventional belief that job security and steady income were the keys to financial success. In contrast, Kiyosaki's rich dad, who had less formal education, but was a successful entrepreneur, offered a radically different perspective. He believed in building wealth by acquiring assets and making investments that would generate passive income. Instead of working for money, Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki to focus on creating and owning systems, like businesses and real estate, that would make money work for him. Rich Dad emphasized the idea that most people are stuck in a cycle known as the rat race, where they work hard, earn money, pay bills, and repeat this cycle until retirement. This cycle often leads people to feel trapped, as their expenses rise in proportion to their income, keeping them dependent on their jobs. Rich Dad believed that breaking free from the rat race required a different mindset, one focused on financial independence. He explained that most people work hard to make someone else rich, their employer, the government through taxes, or creditors through loans, whereas the rich focus on acquiring assets that increase in value and generate ongoing income, regardless of whether they are actively working. Rich Dad explained that the emotions of fear and greed control the financial decisions of the poor and middle class. Fear of not having enough money drives people to work hard and seek job security, while greed tempts them to spend any extra income on luxuries, believing that more money will solve their problem. These emotions keep people in a cycle where they are afraid to take risks or invest in assets, choosing instead to remain in the security of a paycheck. The more they earn, the more they spend, which prevents them from building wealth. Rich Dad pointed out that financial freedom comes from overcoming these emotional reactions and learning to make money work for you, not the other way around. Rich Dad's lesson was clear. While schools teach students how to earn money through careers and jobs, they don't teach them how to make money work for them through investments and financial management. This lack of financial education leaves most people stuck in the cycle of earning and spending. Rich Dad encouraged Kiyosaki to develop his financial IQ by learning about investing, entrepreneurship, and asset management. To illustrate the difference between working for money and making money work for you, Rich Dad gave young Kiyosaki and his friend a job at one of his stores. However, instead of paying them a salary, he had them work for free. The boys initially resisted, but Rich Dad explained that this was part of the lesson. By not relying on a paycheck, they were forced to think outside the box and learn how to create value in other ways. They eventually realized the importance of learning observation and identifying opportunities for passive income, such as investing in stocks or real estate. The key message of Chapter 1 is that financial independence is not about earning a higher salary, but about developing the mindset and skills to acquire assets and make money work for you. People should strive to break free from the fear-driven pursuit of job security and instead focus on building wealth through investments, financial education, and entrepreneurship. By adopting the mindset of Rich Dad, one focused on creating and acquiring assets, rather than simply working for money, individuals can achieve financial freedom and stop being slaves to their jobs. This mindset shift is crucial for long-term wealth creation. Chapter 2. Why Teach Financial Literacy. In Chapter 2 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes the critical importance of financial literacy and the need for education in managing money effectively. This chapter addresses a key distinction between his Rich Dad and Poor Dad, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Kiyosaki stresses that knowing how to manage money is the foundation for building wealth and achieving financial freedom. Kiyosaki begins by pointing out that traditional education focuses on teaching students how to earn money through careers, but not how to manage or grow that money. His poor dad, who followed this traditional path, believed that getting a good job, earning a stable income, and saving money were the keys to financial success. However, despite his academic achievements, poor dad often struggled financially because he lacked financial literacy. Rich Dad, on the other hand, emphasized that financial education is essential to building wealth. Talk taught Kiyosaki that schools don't teach students how to be rich, and that financial struggles come not from a lack of money, but from a lack of financial knowledge. People who lack financial literacy are often trapped in a cycle of working for money rather than having money work for them. Without understanding how to invest and grow wealth, even high earners can end up financially unstable. Rich Dad's first lesson in financial literacy was to teach Kiyosaki the importance of understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Kiyosaki explains that this is the foundation of financial education and the most crucial lesson anyone can learn about money. Assets are things that put money in your pocket. They generate income or appreciate in value over time. Examples include stocks, bonds, rental properties, and businesses. Liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. They create expenses and can drain your financial resources. Examples include mortgages, car loans, credit card debt, and personal loans. Rich Dad explained that the rich focus on acquiring assets, while the poor and middle class acquire liabilities that they mistakenly believe are assets, such as buying a home. Kiyosaki's poor dad, for example, considered his home an asset because he believed in homeownership as a path to financial stability. However, Rich Dad pointed out that a house is a liability if it requires monthly payments, taxes, and maintenance without generating income. Financial literacy is about understanding how to make assets grow and minimizing liabilities. People need to learn how to differentiate between what brings them wealth and what drains their wealth. One of the most common financial myths that Kiyosaki tackles in this chapter is the idea that homeownership is an investment that will make people rich. While owning a home can provide emotional security and a place to live, it is often a liability from a financial perspective. Many people spend their entire lives working to pay off a mortgage, believing that their home is their greatest asset. Rich Dad argued that unless a home is generating rental income or increasing substantially in value, it's not an asset, it's a liability. The real path to wealth is through investments that generate passive income. Kiyosaki advises people to focus on purchasing income-generating assets, such as rental properties, stocks, or businesses, rather than relying on homeownership as a financial strategy. In this chapter, Kiyosaki introduces the idea of cash flow patterns to illustrate the differences between how the rich and the poor manage money. The poor and middle class typically work for money through a job and use that income to pay for their liabilities, such as mortgages, car loans, and other debts. Because their money is being used to cover liabilities, they have little or no money left to invest in assets. This keeps them in a cycle of earning and spending, with limited opportunities to build wealth. The rich, on the other hand, use their money to acquire assets that generate income. These assets then pay for their liabilities, allowing the rich to maintain a positive cash flow and continue growing their wealth. By focusing on acquiring assets that provide passive income, the rich make their money work for them rather than relying on a paycheck. To build wealth, one must adopt the cash flow pattern of the rich, where income from assets is used to cover expenses and liabilities. So it is a major component of financial literacy, knowing how to direct your income to productive investments rather than liabilities. Kiyosaki stresses that building wealth isn't about how much money you make, but how well you understand and manage money. Many high-income earners, such as doctors or lawyers, may still struggle financially because they have high expenses and liabilities. But without financial literacy, people often find themselves in debt despite earning significant salaries. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that financial independence comes from learning how to make smart investment decisions, not just earning more money. He explained that true wealth is measured by the ability to generate income from assets and investments, regardless of whether you are working. Chapter 2. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of personal financial statements, which are tools used to evaluate your financial health. He explains that financial literacy requires a basic understanding of these two key financial documents. This document shows how much money you are earning, income, versus how much you are spending, expenses. It is a summary of the cash flow in and out of your pocket. This shows your assets, what you own, and your liabilities, what you owe. Your goal should be to have more assets than liabilities to maintain a healthy financial situation. By understanding and monitoring these two financial documents, you can track whether you are building wealth or falling into debt. Financial literacy is not just about earning more money, but also about understanding how to evaluate and improve your financial health. Learning how to read and manage your income statement and balance sheet will help you make better financial decisions. The central message of Chapter 2 is that financial literacy is essential for building wealth. Schools do not teach students how to manage money, which leaves many people financially illiterate. Without financial education, individuals are likely to fall into the trap of acquiring liabilities instead of assets, which can lead to financial struggles. Kiyosaki's Rich Dad encouraged him to focus on acquiring assets, minimizing liabilities and understanding financial concepts such as cash flow, assets, liabilities, and financial statements. By learning these key principles, anyone can begin their journey toward financial independence and long-term wealth. Chapter 3. In Chapter 3 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki introduces the idea of focusing on building your own assets rather than working for someone else's. He emphasizes that to become financially independent, it's crucial to mind your own business by building and nurturing a personal asset column that generates passive income. The chapter underscores the difference between working for money through a job and creating wealth by building assets. Kiyosaki explains that many people spend their entire lives working hard for other people, their employers, the government, through taxes and creditors, through loans and mortgages. Most people believe that working hard at their job will eventually lead to financial security, but Kiyosaki argues that this is not enough to achieve true wealth. According to his poor dad, Kiyosaki's biological father, the path to financial security was through getting a good education, finding a stable job, and climbing the corporate ladder. However, his rich dad, his mentor, taught him that working for someone else would never lead to financial freedom. Instead, Rich Dad advised Kiyosaki to focus on building his own business and acquiring assets that could generate income independently of his job. Working for others only leads to financial dependence. To achieve financial freedom, you need to mind your own business by focusing on building assets that generate passive income. Kiyosaki clarifies the difference between having a job and minding your own business. He explains that most people confuse their job with their business. They believe that working hard in their job will eventually lead to wealth, but in reality, they are building someone else's business and wealth, not their own. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that your job is not your business. A job provides short-term income to cover living expenses, but it is not a path to wealth. Instead, your business should be your asset column, the collection of investments and income-generating activity. This could include owning rental properties, investing in stocks, starting a business, or developing intellectual property like books or patents. While a job may provide income, your true business is the asset column you build outside of your job. Focus on acquiring assets that generate passive income and increase in value over time. Rich Dad's main advice to Kiyosaki was to focus on building and growing assets. He encouraged Kiyosaki to invest in assets that would provide income and appreciate over time. These assets would eventually generate enough passive income to replace the need for a paycheck. This includes owning a company or investing in a business where others manage the day-to-day operations. Equity in companies that pay dividends or increase in value. Debt securities that provide interest income. Rental properties that provide consistent cash flow. Income from books, patents, or other creative works. Gold, oil, or other valuable resources that hold or increase in value. Kiyosaki stresses that the middle class often gets stuck acquiring liabilities, like a house or a car, that they believe are assets. In reality, these liabilities take money out of their pocket through mortgage payments, maintenance, or depreciation, instead of putting money in. Focus on acquiring true assets that generate income and appreciate in value. Avoid mistaking liabilities, like a house or a car, for assets. Kiyosaki explains the concept of compound growth, how small, consistent investments can grow significantly over time. By acquiring assets early and consistently reinvesting the income they generate, you can create a self-sustaining wealth cycle. This principle of compounding applies to various types of investments, from stocks to real estate. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that the earlier he started building his asset column, the more time his investments would have to grow. By minding his own business and focusing on asset accumulation, Kiyosaki could eventually achieve financial freedom without depending on a paycheck. The power of compound growth means that small, consistent investments in assets can grow exponentially over time. Start building your asset column as early as possible to maximize this growth. Kiyosaki also warns against the temptation to spend money on luxuries before building a strong financial foundation. He explains that many people, when they receive a raise or a bonus, immediately spend it on a new car, a bigger house, or other expensive items. While these purchases may seem like a reward for hard work, they are actually liabilities that drain wealth. Rich Dad advised Kiyosaki to delay gratification and reinvest any extra income into his asset column before spending it on luxuries. Once his assets were generating enough income to cover his expenses, Kiyosaki could then afford to buy luxuries without compromising his financial security. Resist the urge to spend on liabilities, like cars and luxury items, until you have built a strong asset base that generates enough passive income to cover your expenses. To illustrate the importance of minding your own business, Kiyosaki shares examples of people who have built wealth by focusing on their assets. He mentions entrepreneurs, real estate investors, and others who have accumulated wealth through smart investing and asset management. These individuals didn't rely on a paycheck, they built businesses and investments that allowed them to achieve financial independence. Kiyosaki also highlights his own experiences investing in real estate and small businesses. He started small, buying rental properties and reinvesting the profits into more investments. Over time, his asset column grew large enough to generate significant passive income, allowing him to achieve financial freedom. Start small, but focus on acquiring income-generating assets. Over time, these assets will grow and provide the financial security and freedom you seek. The core message of Chapter 3 is that to achieve financial independence, you must mind your own business by building your asset column. While a job may provide short-term income, it will not lead to long-term wealth unless you invest in assets that generate passive income. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of financial literacy, smart investing, and delaying gratification in order to build the strong financial foundation. By focusing on acquiring true assets and minimizing liabilities, anyone can take control of their financial future and escape the cycle of working for someone else. The chapter encourages readers to start small, make consistent investments, and prioritize building wealth through smart asset management. Chapter 4. The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. In Chapter 4 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki delves into the role of taxes and corporations in wealth building. He explains how the wealthy use their understanding of tax laws and corporate structures to minimize their tax liabilities and grow their wealth. This chapter offers a historical perspective on how taxes were initially introduced and how they disproportionately impact the poor and middle class while benefiting the rich. Kiyosaki begins by recounting the history of taxes. Initially, taxes were introduced as temporary measures to fund wars or public services, but over time, they became permanent fixtures in many countries. In the United States, the first income tax was introduced in 1913 with the 16th Amendment to the Constitution, primarily affecting the wealthy. It was sold to the public as a tax on the rich to support social programs. However, as Kiyosaki points out, the burden of taxes soon shifted from the wealthy to the middle class and the poor. Politicians realized that taxing the rich was not as effective as taxing the masses, so income taxes expanded to cover everyone, including the working class. Over time, tax rates for the rich were reduced through legal loopholes, deductions, and tax incentives, while the middle class continued to bear a heavier tax burden. Taxes were originally meant to target the wealthy, but over time, the tax burden shifted to the middle class, while the rich learned how to avoid paying a large portion of their taxes through legal means. Kiyosaki explains that the poor and middle class often find themselves stuck in a vicious tax cycle. They work hard, earn money, and pay taxes. However, they lack the financial knowledge to reduce their tax burden or take advantage of tax benefits available through investments and corporate structures. So as a result, they end up paying a significant portion of their income in taxes, which limits their ability to build wealth. In contrast, the rich use their financial education to minimize their taxes legally. They understand that the tax code provides incentives for those who contribute to economic growth, such as investors and business owners. By using tax laws to their advantage, the rich can reinvest their money and grow their wealth, while the poor and middle class continue to work for money that is heavily taxed. The poor and middle class work for money and pay high taxes, while the rich use their understanding of the tax system to minimize taxes and build wealth through investments and corporate structures. One of the central themes of this chapter is the power of corporations in reducing taxes and protecting wealth. Kiyosaki explains that the rich use corporations to shelter their income and reduce their tax liabilities. A corporation is a legal entity that allows individuals to separate their personal finances from their business finances. This separation offers several key benefits, including tax advantages, liability protection, and the ability to reinvest profits back into the business before paying taxes. Corporations are taxed differently than individuals. While individuals are taxed on their income before they can spend it, corporations can deduct expenses such as salaries, travel, and entertainment before being taxed. This allows business owners to reduce their taxable income and reinvest profits in the business. The corporation provides legal protection for its owners. If the business incurs debts or legal obligations, the owners are not personally liable. This protects personal assets from being seized in case of a lawsuit or financial failure. Corporations can reinvest profits in new ventures, research, or acquisitions without paying taxes immediately. This allows the rich to grow their wealth more quickly than individuals who are taxed on their earnings before they can reinvest. Corporations offer significant tax advantages and legal protections that the rich use to build and protect their wealth. So by understanding how corporations work, individuals can reduce their tax burden and reinvest more of their earnings into growing their wealth. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the rich don't just work for corporations, they own them. While the poor and middle class typically work as employees and have taxes taken out of their paychecks before they even receive their income, the rich own corporations and have more control over how and when they are taxed. This leads to a significant difference in how wealth is accumulated. Employees, the poor and middle class, earn money, pay taxes, and then live on what's left. Corporations, the rich, earn money, spend on business expenses, and then pay taxes on what's left, which is often much lower. By using corporations, the wealthy can defer taxes and reinvest profits into new ventures or asset purchases, while employees are taxed heavily on their income. This system allows the rich to keep more of their money and grow their wealth faster. So the rich use corporations to shelter income, reduce taxes, and reinvest profits. Through the poor and middle class work for corporations and are taxed heavily on their earnings before they have a chance to invest. Kiyosaki acknowledges that the rich use legal loopholes in the tax system to their advantage. These loopholes are not illegal, they are written into the tax code as incentives for individuals and businesses to contribute to economic growth. For example, governments often offer tax breaks to encourage investment in real estate, job creation, and business expansion. The rich take advantage of these incentives by investing in areas that offer tax benefits, such as investors can deduct depreciation, maintenance, and interest payments, reducing their taxable income. Business owners can deduct a wide range of expenses, such as travel, entertainment, and employee salaries, which reduces the amount of income subject to taxation. Investors often pay lower tax rates on capital gains, profits from the sale of assets like stocks or real estate, than on ordinary income. By understanding the tax code and using it to their advantage, the rich can reduce their taxes legally and keep more of their wealth. The rich use legal loopholes and tax incentives to reduce their taxes and grow their wealth. Understanding the tax code and investing in areas with tax benefits can help individuals achieve financial freedom. In this chapter, Kiyosaki reiterates the importance of financial education. The rich are not necessarily more talented or hardworking than the poor, but they are more financially literate. They understand how taxes work, how to use corporations to their advantage, and how to invest in assets that provide tax benefits. Kiyosaki urges readers to improve their financial literacy and learn how to make the tax system work for them. By doing so, individuals can reduce their tax burden, protect their assets, and grow their wealth more effectively. Financial education is the key to understanding and taking advantage of tax laws and corporate structures. By increasing your financial literacy, you can make smarter decisions about how to grow and protect your wealth. So the central message of Chapter 4 is that understanding taxes and corporations is essential to building and protecting wealth. The rich use their financial knowledge to legally minimize taxes and grow their wealth through corporations and investments, while the poor and middle class continue to work for money that is heavily taxed. Kiyosaki encourages readers to mind their own business by acquiring financial education and learning how to use tax laws and corporations to their advantage. By doing so, individuals can reduce their tax burden, protect their assets, and build long-term wealth. The key message from chapters 3 and 4 is that true financial freedom comes from building assets and understanding the rules of money. Kiyosaki's rich dad taught him to mind his own business, meaning that working solely for a paycheck won't bring wealth. You must invest in assets and create multiple income streams. Additionally, the rich use the tax code and corporations to their advantage, reducing tax burdens and growing their wealth. Chapter 5. The rich invent money. In Chapter 5 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki presents the concept that the rich invent money by creating opportunities and using their financial knowledge and creativity to generate wealth. Unlike the poor and middle class, who often wait for opportunities or rely on their paycheck, the rich actively seek out ways to create value and increase their wealth. This chapter emphasizes the importance of taking calculated risks, leveraging your financial intelligence, and using creativity to turn opportunity into financial gain. Kiyosaki explains that money is often a product of innovation and vision, and that anyone can invent money by applying these principles. Kiyosaki begins the chapter by stressing the significance of financial intelligence. He argues that financial success is not necessarily tied to having a high income, but rather to how well you manage, invest, and grow the money you already have. Financial intelligence is the ability to use your knowledge and creativity to turn opportunities into wealth, knowing where to put your money to generate the highest returns, identifying trends and changes in the economy and adjusting your investments accordingly, knowing how tax laws, corporate laws, and other regulations can work in your favor, understanding how to leverage debt, invest wisely, and create passive income streams. Financial intelligence is more important than a high income. The rich use their financial knowledge to make money work for them, while the poor and middle class often work for money without understanding how to make it grow. Kiyosaki explains that opportunities to create wealth are everywhere, but only those who are financially educated and have the right mindset will recognize and act on them. The rich are constantly looking for opportunities to invest in assets, start businesses, or create value in some way. In contrast, the poor and middle class often miss these opportunities because they are focused on job security and fear of losing money. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that the ability to see opportunities is a critical component of financial success. While most people see obstacles, the rich see opportunities to invent money by using their creativity, leveraging assets, or solving problems. Opportunities to create wealth are all around you. To see them, you need financial education and the right mindset to recognize and act on them. Kiyosaki emphasizes that creativity and risk-taking are essential components of financial success. The rich are not afraid to take risks, but they are calculated risks based on solid financial knowledge and careful analysis. They use their creativity to solve problems and generate wealth in ways that others might not think of. One of the key differences between the rich and the poor, according to Kiyosaki, is that the rich are willing to take risks, while the poor and middle class tend to play it safe. This fear of risk often keeps people trapped in the cycle of working for money, rather than creating wealth through investments or entrepreneurial ventures. Kiyosaki recounts personal stories where he and others took risks that led to significant financial rewards. For example, he invested in real estate at a time when others were fearful, and it turned out to be a highly profitable decision. He argues that many of the best opportunities for wealth creation come when others are fearful or hesitant to act. Creativity and risk-taking are essential for financial success. The rich use their creativity to solve problems and take calculated risks, which often lead to significant financial rewards. A recurring theme in this chapter is the power of self-confidence. Kiyosaki explains that the rich have a high level of self-confidence when it comes to handling money and investments. They believe in their ability to solve financial problems and make smart decisions, which allows them to take action when opportunities arise. Kiyosaki contrasts this with the mindset of the poor and middle class, who often lack confidence in their financial abilities. They may hesitate to take risks or invest in opportunities because they fear making a mistake or losing money. This lack of confidence keeps them from taking the necessary steps to create wealth. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that building self-confidence comes from experience and education. By continually learning and applying financial principles, individuals can build their confidence in their ability to make sound financial decisions. Self-confidence is critical to financial success. The rich believe in their ability to create wealth and are willing to take action, while the poor and middle class often lack the confidence to pursue financial opportunities. Kiyosaki introduces the concept of leverage, explaining that the rich use other people's money, time, and resources to create wealth. Leverage allows individuals to multiply their efforts and achieve much greater results than they could on their own. This could mean using borrowed money to invest in real estate, partnering with others to start a business, or employing people to help grow a company. The key to using leverage effectively is understanding how to manage risk. Kiyosaki explains that leverage can lead to great rewards, but it can also amplify losses if not used correctly. The rich are able to use leverage to their advantage because they have the financial intelligence to manage risks and make informed decisions. Leverage is a powerful tool that allows the rich to multiply their efforts and create wealth more quickly. However, it must be used wisely to manage risks effectively. Kiyosaki also addresses two of the biggest barriers to financial success: fear and cynicism. Many people are afraid to take risks because they fear losing money, making mistakes, or being criticized by others. This fear often leads to paralysis, where individuals do nothing to improve their financial situation. In addition to fear, cynicism can also prevent people from taking advantage of opportunities. Kiyosaki explains that many people are overly cynical and doubt that certain opportunities are legitimate or worthwhile. This skepticism causes them to miss out on potential investments or ventures that could have been profitable. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki to overcome fear and cynicism by focusing on education and taking action. Continually learning and building financial intelligence, individuals can reduce their fears and make informed decisions without being paralyzed by doubt. Fear and cynicism are two of the biggest barriers to financial success. Overcoming these barriers requires education, experience, and the willingness to take calculated risks. One of the final points in this chapter is the importance of taking action. Kiyosaki emphasizes that financial knowledge and creativity are worthless if they are not put into practice. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect opportunity or the right time to start investing or building wealth, but the reality is that there will never be a perfect time. The rich don't wait for opportunities to come to them, they actively seek out and create opportunities by using their financial knowledge and taking action. Kiyosaki encourages readers to stop waiting for the right moment and to start taking steps toward building wealth today. Taking action is critical to financial success. The rich don't wait for opportunities, they create them through financial knowledge, creativity, and decisive action. The central message of Chapter 5 is that the rich invent money by using their financial intelligence, creativity, and confidence to create and seize opportunities. While the poor and middle class often rely on job security and a steady paycheck, the rich actively seek ways to make their money work for them by taking risks, using leverage, and thinking creatively. Kiyosaki urges readers to develop their financial intelligence and confidence, overcome fear and cynicism, and start taking action to create wealth. By applying these principles, anyone can learn to invent money and achieve financial success. Chapter 6. Work to learn, don't work for money. In Chapter 6 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of working to learn, rather than simply working for money. He argues that the primary reason people struggle financially is that they work for a paycheck without gaining the skills or knowledge needed to create wealth. The rich, on the other hand, focus on acquiring skills and experiences that allow them to build wealth in the long term. This chapter serves as a guide on how to develop the right mindset for financial success by focusing on learning, skill building, and long-term growth, rather than just earning a salary. Kiyosaki begins by explaining that most people are trapped in the cycle of working for money, which limits their financial growth. So they go to school, get a job, and work for a paycheck, hoping to achieve financial security through steady employment. However, this approach often leaves people dependent on their jobs and unable to take control of their financial future. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that working purely for money leads to a limited life. While it may provide short-term security, it does not offer the financial independence that comes from building assets and investing. Instead of focusing on earning more money, the rich focus on acquiring knowledge and skills that can help them create multiple income streams and long-term wealth. Working for money alone leads to financial dependence. To achieve financial independence, it's essential to focus on acquiring knowledge, skills, and assets that generate income over time. One of the main messages of this chapter is the importance of continuous learning and skill development. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the rich are lifelong learners who constantly seek out new skills and knowledge that will help them grow financially. They understand that learning leads to opportunities and that acquiring new skills increases their ability to generate wealth. Kiyosaki recalls how Rich Dad encouraged him to take jobs that would teach him new skills rather than just provide a paycheck. For example, Kiyosaki worked in sales early in his career, not because he wanted to become a salesperson, but because he knew that learning how to sell would be a valuable skill in any business or investment venture. By focusing on learning rather than money, Kiyosaki was able to build a strong foundation of skills that would serve him throughout his life. He learned about marketing, management, and negotiation, all of which helped him become a successful entrepreneur and investor. The rich focus on acquiring new skills and knowledge, knowing that these will lead to greater financial opportunities in the future. Continuous learning is essential to long-term financial success. Kiyosaki discusses the importance of overcoming the job security mindset, the belief that financial security comes from working for a stable job with a steady paycheck. He argues that this mindset keeps people trapped in financial mediocrity because they become dependent on their jobs and never develop the skills or knowledge needed to create wealth independently. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that financial security comes from control, not from job stability. When you develop valuable skills and financial knowledge, you gain the ability to create your own opportunities, invest wisely, and build businesses. This gives you the freedom to leave a job and pursue more lucrative ventures without fear of financial instability. Kiyosaki suggests that instead of seeking job security, people should seek financial independence by focusing on learning how to invest, build businesses, and create passive income stream. The job security mindset keeps people financially dependent. To achieve financial independence, focus on building skills and knowledge that allow you to create wealth independently of your job. Another important point in this chapter is the value of having a diverse set of skills. Kiyosaki explains that the rich often have a broad range of skills that allow them to excel in multiple areas, whereas the poor and middle class tend to specialize in one field and rely on their job for income. This narrow focus limits their ability to adapt to changing markets and take advantage of new opportunities. Rich Dad encouraged Kiyosaki to develop skills in areas such as sales, marketing, communication, finance, and management. By becoming proficient in these areas, Kiyosaki was able to start and grow multiple businesses and make informed investment decisions. He emphasizes that the ability to adapt to different situations and industries is crucial for financial success. For example, Kiyosaki recounts how his experience in sales helped him negotiate better deals in real estate, while his knowledge of finance allowed him to understand the tax benefits of certain investments. By combining these skills, he was able to create a diverse portfolio of assets that generated income from multiple sources. Developing a diverse set of skills increases your ability to adapt to different financial opportunities. The rich focus on acquiring skills in areas such as sales, marketing, communication, and finance to build a strong foundation for wealth creation. Kiyosaki highlights the importance of management skills, particularly in the areas of people and money. He explains that many people struggle financially because they do not know how to manage their money or the people that they work with. Even if someone has a high income, poor money management can lead to financial difficulties. Rich Dad emphasized that the ability to manage people and money is critical to building wealth. This includes understanding how to budget, save, invest, and allocate resources effectively. It also involves learning how to lead and manage teams, which is essential for growing a business or managing multiple investments. Kiyosaki suggests that individuals should take every opportunity to improve their management skills, whether through formal education, on-the-job experience, or self-study. By becoming proficient in managing both people and money, individuals can significantly improve their financial situation. Management skills, particularly in handling people and money, are critical to financial success. The rich focus on improving these skills to build and manage wealth effectively. In this chapter, Kiyosaki addresses the fear of failure, which he believes holds many people back from achieving financial success. He explains that most people are afraid to take risks or pursue new opportunities because they fear making mistakes or losing money. This fear keeps them stuck in the cycle of working for money and prevents them from taking the steps needed to build wealth. Kiyosaki contrasts this mindset with that of the rich, who view failure as a learning opportunity. The rich understand that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process, and that failure often leads to valuable lessons that can be applied to future success. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki to embrace failure and to view it as a stepping stone to success. He encouraged him to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them. This mindset helped Kiyosaki overcome his fear of failure and take bold steps in his career and investments. Fear of failure keeps people from achieving financial success. The rich embrace failure as a learning opportunity and use their mistakes to improve their financial knowledge and decision-making. Kiyosaki discusses the role of specialization versus generalization in building wealth. While the traditional education system often encourages people to specialize in a specific field, Kiyosaki argues that becoming too specialized can limit financial opportunities. He explains that specialists often find themselves stuck in high-paying jobs that offer little room for growth outside their field. In contrast, generalists who develop a broad range of skills are better equipped to adapt to different financial opportunities and build wealth in various areas. Kiyosaki advocates for becoming a jack of all trades when it comes to financial education, learning a little bit about many different fields such as real estate, stocks, business, and sales. By becoming a generalist with a wide range of skills, individuals can increase their chances of success in different financial ventures and reduce their dependence on a single source of income. Specialization can limit financial opportunities, while generalization provides more flexibility and adaptability. The rich focus on acquiring a broad range of skills that allow them to succeed in various financial ventures. The central message of Chapter 6 is that financial success comes from working to learn, not just working for money. The rich focus on acquiring new skills, knowledge, and experiences that allow them to create wealth in the long term. They prioritize continuous learning, risk-taking, and skill building over short-term financial gains. Kiyosaki encourages readers to break free from the mindset of working for job security and a steady paycheck, and instead focus on building skills that will lead to financial independence. By working to learn and continuously improving their financial intelligence, individuals can create multiple streams of income, take control of their financial future, and achieve long-term wealth. Chapter 7. Overcoming Obstacles. In Chapter 7 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki discusses the various obstacles that individuals face on their journey to financial success and how to overcome them. He emphasizes that everyone encounters challenges, but the key to success lies in how one responds to these obstacles. Kiyosaki outlines 5 main obstacles that prevent people from achieving financial independence and provides strategies for overcoming them. Kiyosaki identifies fear as one of the primary obstacles to financial success. Fear of failure, loss, and criticism often paralyzes individuals, preventing them from taking risks and pursuing opportunities. Kiyosaki notes that many people are conditioned to fear losing money rather than being motivated by the potential to gain wealth. To overcome fear, Kiyosaki advises readers to confront their fears directly and embrace the possibility of failure as part of the learning process. He encourages individuals to take small risks to build confidence and to view mistakes as valuable lessons that contribute to growth and understanding. Kiyosaki explains that cynicism often arises from fear and can prevent individuals from recognizing and acting on opportunities. People become skeptical of new ideas, investments, or business ventures, leading them to miss out on potential successes. To combat cynicism, Kiyosaki suggests cultivating a positive mindset and surrounding oneself with like-minded individuals who support growth and exploration. He stresses the importance of maintaining an open mind and being willing to learn from others, even if their ideas seem unconventional at first. Laziness manifests as a reluctance to take action and a preference for comfort over effort. Kiyosaki emphasizes that many people dream of financial success but do not take the necessary steps to achieve it, often relying on others to provide financial security. Kiyosaki encourages readers to develop a strong work ethic and prioritize their financial education. He advocates for setting clear goals and creating actionable plans to achieve them. By taking consistent steps towards their financial goals, individuals can build momentum and overcome inertia. Bad financial habits, such as overspending, poor saving practices, and a lack of budgeting, can severely hinder financial success. Kiyosaki notes that many people develop habits that perpetuate their financial struggles rather than support their goals. To break free from bad habits, Kiyosaki recommends implementing discipline and accountability in financial management. Creating a budget, tracking expenses, and setting savings goals can help individuals develop healthier financial habits that contribute to long-term success. Arrogance can lead individuals to believe they know everything they need about finances, preventing them from seeking further education and growth. This mindset can lead to poor decision-making and missed opportunities. Kiyosaki advises readers to adopt a mindset of humility and curiosity. He emphasizes the importance of being open to learning from others, regardless of their background or expertise. Acknowledging that there is always more to learn can lead to continuous improvement and greater financial success. Kiyosaki reiterates the significance of financial education as a means to overcome these obstacles. He emphasizes that acquiring knowledge and skills empowers individuals to make informed decisions, take calculated risks, and seize opportunities. The more financially educated a person is, the better equipped they are to navigate challenges and pursue their goals. Kiyosaki shares personal anecdotes of how financial education helped him overcome obstacles in his life. He recalls how, despite facing setbacks and failures, his commitment to learning allowed him to rise above challenges and achieve financial success. Kiyosaki encourages readers to cultivate a success-oriented mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth. He emphasizes that individuals must take responsibility for their financial futures and recognize that they have the power to change their circumstances through education and action. This mindset shift involves viewing failures as temporary setbacks and understanding that perseverance and determination are crucial for achieving financial independence. Kiyosaki reminds readers that while obstacles are a natural part of the journey, they do not define one's potential for success. In conclusion, Chapter 7 of Rich Dad Poor Dad highlights the importance of overcoming obstacles on the path to financial success. By recognizing and addressing fears, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance, individuals can cultivate a mindset that fosters growth and resilience. Kiyosaki encourages readers to invest in their financial education and to take proactive steps toward their goals. By developing the skills and mindset needed to overcome challenges, individuals can create the financial future they desire and ultimately achieve financial independence. The journey may be difficult, but with determination and a willingness to learn, anyone can overcome obstacles and succeed financially. Chapter 8. Getting Started. In Chapter 8 of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki focuses on the practical steps individuals can take to begin their journey toward financial independence. He emphasizes that while knowledge and understanding are crucial, action is equally important. This chapter serves as a guide to help readers translate their financial education into real-world action. Kiyosaki stresses that the most important step in achieving financial success is to take action. Many people learn about investing, saving, and building wealth but never apply that knowledge. He encourages readers to move beyond theory and start implementing what they have learned. Kiyosaki advises beginners to start with small investments or side projects to build confidence and experience. For instance, individuals can start by investing in stocks, real estate, or even starting a small business. The goal is to gain practical experience and learn from the process, regardless of the size of the investment. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the best way to learn about money and investing is through hands-on experience. By taking action, individuals can gain insights that cannot be obtained through books or classes alone. He encourages readers to embrace the learning opportunities that come from real-life experiences, even if they involve risks or mistakes. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of setting clear and achievable financial goals. He believes that having specific objectives helps individuals stay focused and motivated on their financial journey. Goals can range from short-term objectives, such as saving a certain amount of money, to long-term aspirations, such as achieving financial freedom or retiring early. Kiyosaki suggests using the SMART criteria to define financial goals. Clearly define what you want to achieve. Establish metrics to track progress. Set realistic goals based on your current situation. Ensure the goals align with your overall financial strategy. Set deadlines to create urgency and accountability. By setting SMART goals, individuals can create a roadmap for their financial journey and monitor their progress along the way. Kiyosaki highlights the importance of having a mentor or coach on the path to financial success. A mentor can provide guidance, support, and valuable insights that can help individuals navigate the complexities of finance and investing. Learn from experience. A mentor can share their experiences, lessons learned, and strategies for success, allowing mentees to avoid common pitfalls and accelerate their learning process. Kiyosaki encourages readers to seek out mentors who have achieved the financial success they aspire to and who are willing to share their knowledge. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the value of building a network of like-minded individuals. Engaging with people who share similar financial goals can foster collaboration, idea sharing, and accountability, creating an environment conducive to growth. In this chapter, Kiyosaki urges readers to take responsibility for their financial futures. Many people blame external factors such as the economy, their jobs, or lack of opportunity for their financial struggles. However, Kiyosaki asserts that individuals have the power to change their circumstances by taking proactive steps toward financial education and action. Kiyosaki emphasizes that true financial independence comes from understanding and managing one's finances rather than relying on external sources of income. He encourages readers to take control of their financial destiny by educating themselves and making informed decisions. This mindset shift involves recognizing that financial success is achievable and that individuals can shape their financial futures through knowledge, action, and perseverance. Kiyosaki reiterates the importance of continuous learning as individuals embark on their financial journeys. He emphasizes that financial education is not a one-time event but an ongoing process. Readers should seek out books, courses, seminars, and other resources to enhance their understanding of money, investing, and entrepreneurship. Kiyosaki encourages readers to cultivate a sense of curiosity and a desire to learn about various financial topics. By expanding their knowledge, individuals can make informed decisions and seize opportunities that may arise. The financial landscape is constantly changing, so be adaptable and willing to learn about new trends and strategies is essential for long-term success. In conclusion, Chapter 8 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad emphasizes the importance of taking action to achieve financial success. Kiyosaki encourages readers to start small, set clear goals, seek mentorship, and take control of their financial futures. By investing in their financial education and continuously learning, individuals can develop the skills and knowledge necessary to create wealth and achieve financial freedom. The core message of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is that building wealth isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter by acquiring assets and creating passive income. Robert Kiyosaki's comparison between his two father figures, his poor dad, who represented traditional advice, and his rich dad, who taught him to break away from the norm, gives us a framework for financial independence. If you want to take control of your financial future, it's time to apply these lessons. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep insights on wealth, power, and success here on Real Deep Understanding.